Hey everyone, you all are watching IGNOU Idea. I'm your mentor Shivam Yaduvanshi. Today we are covering our one of the subject BEGLA 135 BEGLA 135 English in Delhi live. So in this session block 1 what we see, first of all in block 1 greetings and goodbye. So there are 4 units. Unit number 1 is starting and ending conversations. Unit 2 is social small talk. Unit 3 is feeling, and unit 4 is non-verbal communication, body language. So first of all we all are seeing unit 1 is starting and ending conversation. How to start and how to end our conversation between other. So first of all, there are few topics in starting and ending conversations. First of all, objective, warm up, reading comprehensions, etiquette, listening, problem in starting a conversations, samples of greetings, writing short response, listening, how to end a conversations, vocabulary, formal expressions, farewell and goodbyes. And there are some few topics related to grammar also, like pronunciations, verb to be, etc. So first of all, let's see reading comprehensions, etiquette. What is etiquette? So etiquette is a set of customs and rule for polite behavior, especially among a particular class of people or in a particular profession. Etiquette is a system of rules that tell you what is the polite way to behave towards other peoples. एटिकेट एक ऐसा माध्यम है जो आपको ये बताता है, ये सिखाता है कि किस तरीके से किसी अदर व्यक्ति से आपको बिहेव करना है, कैसे बातचीत करनी है, कैसे उनके साथ आपको अपना मैनर्स दिखाना है. The rule of etiquette cover such things as good table manners. Good table manners, that's how to eat. When we are between someone and our eating expression is the different from others, so other people are thinking we are not we have not etiquette. So first of all you learn to how to eat with good table manners. How to introduce one person to another, it is also a etiquette. So what to say or do when someone invites you for a meal or visit and many other things. So how you react and how to show your etiquettes with others. So now origin of etiquettes. A man tips or lifts his hat, a polite greetings usually to a woman. In Western countries, because hundreds of years ago, knights in armor raised the visors of their helmets so that their face could be seen. People shake hands because long ago men held out their empty hands to show that they were not holding daggers or the other weapons. So when we meet someone and some other people, so we are doing handshake between each. So this is show also etiquette to meet with some other persons and other peoples. A man walks on the outside of the sidewalk because at one time streets were not paved and were muddy, and by walking on the inside of woman would stand less chance of being spilled by carriage. A man helps a woman across a street or out of a car because year ago in Western country women's skirts reach to the sole of their shoe and they had to hold them up with their hands and also look down to keep from tripping. So etiquette's origin is start from like Western countries to show respect to women and other things. So this is the way of origin of etiquettes. But there are some rules for etiquette. So we discuss one by one what is the rule of etiquette. So first of all, introduction. What is? Read carefully and listen. Always introduce a younger person to an older one. For example, Miss Verma may introduce my friend Neeta Kumar. Among grown-ups, a man is generally introduced to a woman. Miss Verma, may I introduce Mr. Kumar? Okay, so first of all, a man is generally introduced to a woman. Always introduce a younger person to an older one. सबसे पहले एक younger जो व्यक्ति है उसे किसी older person से introduce करवाना is it also a rule of etiquettes? And also a man is generally introduced to a woman. Miss Verma, may I introduce Mr. Kumar? So first of all, we introduce with the woman. When you are with one friend and meet another, you must immediately introduce them if they do not already know each other. When you have been out with a friend and he accompanies you home, you must ask her to come in and meet any members of your family who are those unless she already know them. It is a very rude to fail to make and offer these introductions. So first of all, we need to introduce someone which our guest to our family members also. So this so the rule of etiquette. So now we start with the topic number 1 is table manners. Different countries have different polites. Every country have a different type of polites and way to use the knife, fork and spoon, and any one of these the way is all right. Only the fork or spoon may be used to carry food to the mouth, and when the table is set with several knives and fork, the one of the outside is always the one to use next. A napkin should be laid in the lap and never tucked into any part of the clothing. It is considered impolite to lean on the table with your elbows. You should not begin to eat until your host or hostess has begun. आपको तब तक अपना खाना नहीं शुरू करना चाहिए जब तक आपके साथी खाना ना शुरू कर दें. आपको उनका वेट करना चाहिए. Second thing is gift. Gift should not be too expensive or too personal, like clothing, unless you know the person you very well. Flowers and chocolates are proper gifts from boy to girls. Nowadays young people give treats to friends. So gift भी कुछ काफ़ी एक्सपेंसिव भी ना हो, कुछ ज़्यादा पर्सनल भी ना हो किसी पर्सन से, तो हमें इस टाइप के ही गिफ्ट जो हैं सिलेक्ट करने चाहिए. एक्नॉलेजमेंट. बिफोर लिविंग एनी हाउस इन विच यू आर अ गेस्ट, यू मस्ट फाइंड योर होस्ट एंड होस्टेस एंड थैंक देम. कभी किसी के यहाँ जाओ तो उन्हें बिना बताए वहाँ से नहीं जाना चाहिए, उनसे मिल के एक बार जाना चाहिए. सो दिस इज द कवर ऑफ द रूल ऑफ एटिकेट like acknowledgement. Courtesy to ladies. 50 years ago, it was not polite for a man to remain seated when a woman was standing unless the woman asked him to. When a woman entered a room, every man in the room immediately stood up and remained standing until she sat down or asked them to sit down. A man normally letters a woman go before him through a doorway or upstairs or downstairs, and he would not get into a car until she was in it and the door on her side was closed, in taking place at table. So ladies को प्राथमिकता देना, उन्हें first priority देना is also so your etiquette level. So with this we are cover our topic first. Now 1.3, listening problems in starting a conversation. What is the listening problem when we conversation between we want to start a conversation? So what is the listening? What do you expect to hear? We really listen to something without some idea and what we are going to hear. Usually we have some preconceived notions of the subject matter, formally level and so on, or what we are to hear. Our expectation of our course are linked to our purpose and listening. For example, if we look at the heading, we know we are going to read about some problems about starting conversation. So when we don't know about the topic, so we are stuck in some problem for as a listener. If none of these conditions are true, then he will not listen at all, at alone understand what is spoken. Therefore, there is a close association between listener expectations, purpose and comprehensions. So there are some few problems when we are starting a conversation. So because we don't know what they are speak and what subject they are choosing to conversation with us, so we are getting some problems. Now 1.4, samples of greetings. Start a conversations involve making people feel relaxed and comfortable. You may have to start a conversation while welcoming visitors, and when you don't know others at a meeting, party or social gathering, you may have to start a conversation like 3 steps. First of all, greetings, then introduce yourself, and last one is the asking after the other person's well-being. The formula for these are fixed and usually carry no literal meaning. We say good morning even if it is not a good morning, and the answer how are you is fine, thanks. Even if you are not well, no one except your close friend really wants to know about your troubles. So these are the routine courtesies that are followed. The expressions you use will vary according to your relationship. So when we are meet someone and they ask for how are you, good morning and everything, so we are saying everything is great, quite well, and all of the things we are saying. So this is the way to start your conversations with the other. First of all, greeting, second is introduce yourself, and third is asking after the others people well-being, उनके बारे में आप पूछ सकते हैं. So there are the two types of conversations, like we can say informal introductions and formal introductions. So informal, what is the informal introductions? Renu, have you met Geeta? Geeta, this is Ahmed, a friend of mine from the office. Geeta, hello Ahmed. Ahmed, hello, nice to meet you. So these are the informal introduction. And what is the formal introductions? Mukti, Mr. Parikh, may I introduce to you my husband Shubhas. Shubhas, this is my Parikh, our manager. Mr. Parikh, how do you do? Shubhas, how do you do? So these are the, when we are using everything like Mr., Mrs. and we are saying with very formal way. So these are the cover all of the formal introductions. Topic 1.5, writing short response. Short response, when we someone asking with these some questions and we don't want to answer in very length and very, so we want to short response. So what is the importance of short response? We are learning in this point. Starting a conversation with a stranger is a rather difficult task. Let us practice some situations where you may be required to begin conversations, because we don't know our second person. So that's why we are getting some problem to share with our personal things and personal knowledge and personal data. So we are in the stuck between the and we are replying the short response. So there are short response is very important to deny your conversations and stop your conversation, end your conversation. So now we are moving forward, and our topic is 1.6, listening, how to end a conversation. Listen to the conversation between three friends on how to end a conversation. Answer the question they follow. You will notice the conversation is in an informal style. You can suggest some reasons for this. Before you listen, you must these are the saying, you have a give a task for of three of friend, and they are the conversations between them, so you can choose their way of communication, formal or informal, and suggest your opinion for that. I want to cover one of the topic here is 1.7 and 1.8. So then after that we finish our chapter. So first of all, vocabulary, informal expressions. Here are some expressions which are important to note and practice in your daily life. Column 1 is, oh hi, good night, keep quiet. So these are the greetings way. Okay, farewell and goodbyes. Along with greetings, farewell are an important part of social interactions, both informal and formal situations. So this is all about our with this chapter: greetings, goodbyes, ending conversation, short response, and all of the things. So I hope you all are understand this chapter very carefully. If you have any query, so please go back and go to the slides and everything, and I will meet you in next session with the unit 2, social small talk. So be continue on my channel IGNOU idea, and please subscribe the channel and connect with on YouTube, and I will back with some interesting sessions related to English in daily life. So dear all, this is signing off, Shivam Yaduvanshi. Thank you so much.